All right, let's take you to the courts now. The case against 3 Diepsloot community leaders has been postponed to Wednesday. The trio was arrested for public violence in the area last week during protests. They appeared in the Randburg Magistrates Court today. The community, meanwhile, has vowed to intensify their demonstration until their leaders are released. Let's get more information now from eNCA reporter Manqoba Mchunu. Manqoba, why was this case postponed?
Well, Masiko, essentially what the state is saying is that they want a postponement to verify the addresses of the accused. Not only that, they're saying that they also want to compile a profile as far as these accused are concerned, and then they want more days, in fact, to do that, and that is why they've asked for postponement. Initially, they wanted to postpone this for a week, but the lawyers interjecting as well as the court, and they agreed that it's going to continue on Wednesday. This is when they expected then to have completed those particular processes. But I just want to get some reaction from the community and how they're feeling. There was an address just shortly, Reverend Tokwane Dituche, with the community. Of course, they're not happy with what has happened here in court. Let's just get a reaction from you about what happened here in court and how it turned out.
Hey, Manqoba, it's shocked. It's unbelievable. You see, I would have expected this in a government that is not elected by people. And for that matter, a black government. You see, you looked into how the prosecutor put the story. Pure lie. He was shaking because he knew that he was not right and correct. Secondly, the charges they put. Who has banned a mall in Diepsloot? You were there. Did you see it? You did not see it. Who has intimidated people? On a particular day, there was no intimidation. On a moment they arrested Lefa, there's never been intimidation. And the question remains to be asked. What is it political they want to gain? We don't care the political game. We want justice for people. We want security. We want to be safe. We want to sleep well at night. Diepsloot is a crime-infested area. And government has resources. Deploying so many police, we will sleep well tonight because there are so many police around us. And why are they not coming? Look, Manqoba, if we had a meeting with them at 12 o'clock scheduled for tomorrow, we got agenda and the invitation only when I phoned them when these guys has been arrested. When I wrote an email, they told only that they've been trying to get hold of me. They did not. They did not even send a message. Only when I've asked, I told them that we are not coming, I received this. I think the office of the president, too, is trying to play games with us. This is becoming very dangerous. But we are not scared. We are not scared.
Okay, Reverend, we saw the reaction, of course, of the community members. They're not happy at all about what happened here. What are they saying, Reverend?
People want to go to the street. People want to go and ban tunnels. People want to go and ban anything that belongs to this government. But as a leader, there's no leadership vacuum. As a leader, I need to be there and be able to give counsel and direction. At least for now, they're still listening to me. I'm afraid what will happen on Thursday if they say they don't give them a bail. What will happen? There's no justice here. Secondly, why the police, investigating police, when a prosecutor is just biting his tongue? He goes and helps the prosecutor to tell him to say what? Look, Manqoba, we are in a police state here. Secondly, these poor guys, I don't know what is it that they've done, but this is not just an arrest for people who has been protesting. Let me, by the way, every person has a right to gather. Every person has a right to be in protest. We've got a right. We've got a right to assemble. We've got a right to march to this government. It's our government. But I want to say to the president, President Ramaphosa, this can never be right. It can never be right that your forces as a commander-in-chief, your forces as a commander-in-chief, they come and harass us. It can never be, President, that when you want the votes, you come to the Diepsloot. But when Diepsloot people want you, your people are saying they can't come to the shacks. It can't be. It can't be.
So, Reverend, in terms of the protest, of course, you also intervened when community members were saying that they want to go back to the streets. What's going to happen now?
I'll still ask them to hold on. But I want to tell you, I'm losing patience as well. I'm losing patience. I'm going to do my best to manage them and say, stop. But if Manqoba, government still treat us like this, we defeated the apartheid government with nothing. Even this one can be defeated if it's unjust.
So the protest is suspended for now?
For until Wednesday, until we command. For now, it's suspended.
Thank you very much. That was Reverend Tokwane Dituche, who's one of the leaders here in the community. Of course, the community members are quite angry. In fact, they were saying that they want to go back to the streets. But I want to get some sense also just from the National Prosecuting Authority as far as this case is concerned. Phindile Mchunu, thank you for your time. So let's talk about the state. Of course, you're opposing bail in this particular matter. Why?
Well, remember that the accused persons before court are facing allegations of a serious nature. We know that they are facing allegations of damaging essential infrastructure, which is a very serious offense. And they are also, amongst others, facing charges of intimidation. They are facing charges of public violence, as well as malicious injury to property. So our stance as the state, we have indicated in court that we will be opposing bail. However, we are yet to decide whether or not we will be presenting evidence in the form of an affidavit, or we'll have the investigating officer testify in court and present evidence viva voce.
What would you say to assertions by community members that are saying that this is interference as far as politics are concerned, that this is political?
Well, what we can say as the NPA is that we do understand their plight. It is a valid one. We are also aware of the conditions they live under in Diepsloot. Hence, as the NPA as well, we have an initiative that we have since established, which is called community prosecutions. We're working closely with communities to try and unearth the irritants within their communities and work together with them to find solutions. However, Manqoba, it becomes a concern to us as law enforcement authorities, as in when people go beyond the constraints of the law. You know, whatever outcry that they have, it has to be done within the confines of the law. So as soon as it goes beyond that, we are duty bound to take action as law enforcement. Hence, we are here today.
So will bail proceedings continue on Wednesday, or are we expecting perhaps another postponement?
We requested the postponement as a state, as we need to conduct certain investigations in order to prepare our case for the bail hearing. So amongst the investigations that are outstanding is profiling of the accused persons, as well as the verification of their addresses. So we have been given 2 days, today and tomorrow, and Wednesday we must be before court ready to proceed with the bail hearing.
Okay, thank you very much, Phindile Mchunu from the NPA. Just speaking to us there, of course, following the postponement of this particular case. There are also political parties that are here. There are non-governmental organizations that are here that are in support of this appearance. One, Baba, if you could just introduce yourself from the Patriotic Alliance and what you make of what happened in court.
Thank you. My name is Solum Kize, the Deputy Chairperson of the Province of the Patriotic Alliance. What happened today? It's a disgrace to our justice system. One is that you arrest people on Thursday. You had Friday, you had Saturday, you had Sunday to go and verify addresses. But with our lawyers, even when we were briefing them, we said go and get the bills, municipal bills and all that, because we know that they will want to keep them in custody. So go and get those bills, bring them so that they can be provided as proof. On Saturday, police went to Joburg Central. That's when they were charged after they've profiled them But today in court, they say they are still going to profile. That tells you that there is a bigger game that is playing here than what they are charged for.
Do you think it's political?
It is. It is. It is political. The way this case is handled, it's all over the show. It's all over the place. There is intimidation. Now it's handled by province, a case that can be handled by region or local, but it has been taken so high just because these people are asking to see the president that they voted for, to say, come and see the conditions we live in, come and see what crime is doing to us. We're burying our own community members every week. There is murder that is reported in Diepsloot every week. The people who commit these things can't be traced because they are not documented in South Africa. So those are their only cries. Then you go and arrest them. What kind of a government is that?
What would you say to those that are saying perhaps you also are taking advantage as political parties of this situation and, hoping, to also, gain some influence as far as this is concerned? People will say that, when political parties are involved, it's for political gain.
No, remember, with PA, even President Gayton McKenzie always say, once PA goes into power, we will undergo through mass deportation of illegal foreigners because they are a burden to our system. Even worse, you are illegal in our country, we are fine with you. On top of that, you commit crime. You came illegally, you still perform illegal activities. No, we must perform mass deportation of illegal foreigners.
Okay. Thank you very much for speaking to us, Solly Kize, who's from the Patriotic Alliance here, just also here in support of those leaders that are appearing here in court with the community. Of course, they left quite upset here in court, and as you heard earlier on, the Reverend saying that they'll wait until Wednesday to hear exactly what's going to happen with this particular case. But angry is the response of community members who say they are not going to stop their protests. In fact, they're saying that if their leaders are not released on Wednesday, they'll decide then what's going to happen.
All right, Manqoba Mchunu live for us in Randburg. Let's leave it there for now.